I liked the conversation that we saw on a video yesterday regarding, not yesterday, sorry, sometime last week, regarding beer styles. It was a brewer speaking in San Diego, and he was talking about like the New England IPAs and how they're using these juicy IPAs to bring non-craft beers, like drinkers, into craft.
Yep.
And how, yeah, we get slack for the hazy IPAs and people are over hazy IPAs. But in the end, whatever converts, right? As long as you bring them in. And I think the issue with the New England IPAs is always weird to me, or the Milkshake IPAs or anything that's like different from the traditional styles. Mm-hmm. Like any of the hate that is around that is very counterproductive, because the whole entire point is to, one, not look like snobs. Right. And look like everybody should be drinking craft beer, right? So we want to make it as welcoming as possible.
Facts.
But two, if the entire point is to grow the industry, you want as many people drinking different styles of beer and want breweries to be experimenting and creating things that bring more people into the door, so that way we can grow the industry. So I feel like anything that's hate around that, or like let's stick to beer and let it just be beer, is very counterproductive to the growth of the industry.
Right.
Which is why I'll be, even if I don't care about the beer particularly, it's not my style or taste, I'll always defend any version of any beer that comes out, because I want people converted.
Yeah.
So if the Radler will bring someone in, I want them drinking that Radler.
The Radler, yeah.
Because then maybe they're going to pick up that can somewhere else and be like, oh, I drank a Radler from this brand. And then they're like, oh, here's something else.
Yeah.
And as long as it's not that gross Coors Radler I keep seeing advertised everywhere, the orange slices or something. I don't know.
I don't want to even get the name right.
But I think the styles is an interesting thing. And that's marketing, right? It's like offering different products. And it's either...
They appeal to different tastes.
Exactly. To appeal to different tastes.
I think it's a really good point, especially with the like a Radler, with New England's, with sours.
Sours are
bring
great.
in individual, like sours are a really good one for wine drinkers. If people are drinking white wine drinkers, and a lot of people are saying it's about women. As no, there's mad people who like don't drink beer.
Yeah,
they just drink wine or they drink liquor or whatever. But you give them a sour, or they think they come into it like, I don't like beer, because they probably only had macro lagers that are skunked or whatever.
Yeah,
they'll try a sour and like, oh shit, this is not too. I've had so many sours that are like, that taste just like some white wines I've had.
Oh my gosh, sure, right? There's this I think it's called White Lies.
Blood Brothers. We
White Lies
from
do we?
Yeah.
So Blood Brothers White Lies, the Riesling and the Sauvignon Blanc. My goodness, it's like
there's
one
a
of the
one too.
best versions of a white wine I've had.
It's exceptional. I mean, that's so like a super high end version that's actually using grape must.
But if I did have a wine drinking friend, well, I do have wine drinking friends, but someone who wasn't interested in craft beer, I would definitely bring them there, and I know that I'd be converting.
You'd be converting, right?
Because it opens. I'd be opening.
Yeah, because I think that people just don't have an understanding of the depth and the breadth of what craft beer offers. The same goes for New England IPAs. You're just mentioning that, because they're fruity, they're not bitter. Because people think, IPAs, they're bitter. Yeah, Doug, like get with the times, fam. Like they haven't been bitter for years. Relax. And that one is a huge converter for new drinkers. You said something else. There's one more. Radlers, because it's essentially orange juice or lemon juice or some
I'm not
sort
a
of fruit
fan
juice.
of them at all.
Because you're not a juice drinker.
Yeah.
But maybe someone who likes liquor, maybe they like
mixed
OJ
drinks,
and vodka,
for example.
or something.
Yeah.
It's like, it's kind of like a fizzy, like whatever. And it's like the only problem is they're like super low, like 3-4% at most.
Yeah.
But because some people bitch. Like, that's why I'm so surprised. We did a podcast like yesterday with a Biera Lug, which at 138, and they were saying that we drank all session beers, nothing higher than 5% on there, and they were saying people are asking all the time for low alcohol and no alcohol beers, and that's like most people I talk to are like the legitimate opposite. So I was so surprised that that's really popular out there, but that talks to that sort of segment of the market. The reason why this kind of one came up, to be honest, was I was just speaking to Shahan from Lost Craft before, and they just introduced they're calling it Milkshake IPA. I think it's more of a lactose IPA because it doesn't have vanilla. Vanilla to me is the difference, but it's like a marketing thing. And I was like, Shahan's a friend. He's been a friend, a client of ours for like 3 years, I guess, a bit more. And no more. We met him at the end of 2015. It's been a while.
It's been a long time.
So I've been busted. He's like, me and him, like, I don't know if I've said this before, but me and him always like joke and give each other shit about our beer taste because he likes more traditional stuff and I like the more, the craziest stuff. Yeah. So I'm telling him, do a New England, do a milkshake, do all this stuff. And he finally listened to me. I'm not sure if it was me, but I'm going to take credit. And he did it.
I feel like you wore him down after 4 years.
I feel like, and I think he gets it now because he's seeing it a bit more, seeing it everywhere. Yeah. And I've seen a few people say it's fantastic online. I've seen a few people trash it and like, Lost Craft's doing a milkshake. I'm like, but think about what Lost Craft and breweries like them are doing for the industry. Like he's making sessionable, attractive beers that directly are attacking macro beer drinkers from big beer, right?
Yeah.
And he's the gateway that's bringing people over. The hardcore shit that we drink isn't generally bringing people over unless someone brings a friend.
Yeah.
Because he goes to places that craft other kind of breweries don't bother going to. He's investing in, getting placements at festivals and events that have this other audience.
Demographic, different demographic that's not necessarily craft oriented at all or beer oriented at all.
Facts.
Yeah.
And that's why actually he's gone. He just dropped a Radler, a cider, a milkshake, and the Helles Lager.
Yeah. And I love that beer journey when you think about it, right? So Lost Craft's done this Milkshake IPA.
Yep.
So say I'm somebody who was drinking that Lost Craft revival because I saw the can and I liked it.
Yep.
And I'm like,
that's
okay, interesting. That's the Kolsch,
yeah.
So that's the Kolsch. And I'm like, okay, I'm familiar with this brand, Lost Craft. Now all of a sudden a Milkshake IPA comes. I already trust the brand. I'm in love with the brand because I've been drinking their easier going
red ale,
pale. And
the Unify, the light lager.
Yeah.
So there's all nice and easy drinking. It's not too crazy.
So I trust the brand. So now when they come out with this Milkshake IPA, I'm going to be like, okay, never heard of whatever that means, but I know what a milkshake is. So sure, let me go with it because I trust the brand. So now I'm going to try that Milkshake IPA. Likely I'm going to enjoy it. And also that comes from loving the brand, one, but two, Milkshake IPAs are great. So what happens now when my friend takes me to Bellwoods and I see a Milk Shark there, I'm going to be like, oh, I've heard of a Milkshake IPA. I know what that is. Let me try that, as opposed to being completely intimidated by this. So I think that's the journey that you get with that, right? Like, we're all trying to grow the community. What do you do? By providing variety. That's why you can't knock somebody who's doing either controversial styles, or just ensuring that, they spread the love across everything so they can bring more people in. That's the whole point.
That's the whole point.
Yeah.